Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. It is Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. There was 2 earthquakes today along the Macquarie fault zone, which is south of New Zealand, and over here would be Australia. The magnitude 6.8 earthquake occurred at 9:53 a.m. Central Daylight Time, and the 6.2 occurred at 8:16 a.m. Central Daylight Time. What's known as the Macquarie Ridge Complex is a 1,600 kilometer long or 990 mile boundary between the Australian plate and the Pacific plate in the South Pacific Ocean. It is a seismically active region known for significant earthquakes. Back in 1989, there was a cluster of earthquakes. The largest, I believe, was a magnitude 8.0. When this earthquake occurred, it actually activated faults, not in that location that were inactive, but in other locations propagating towards the north. That area hadn't had any earthquakes, I believe, since 1967, or 1960, sometime in that time period. So the Macquarie fault zone extends from South New Zealand all the way down to what they call the Macquarie Triple Junction. Now that's an area where we have the Antarctic plate, the Indo-Australian plate, and the Pacific plate. The Macquarie fault zone actually is really deep in many different areas, but there is one area where it actually pops up and forms the Macquarie Island, which is right there. Let me zoom in a little bit. I have talked about the weakening of the Earth's magnetic field and how it affects our weather and earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Recently, we've seen an increase in the size of hail and flooding. Some of the recent storms have been tremendous, and also an increase in earthquakes. They're saying that a possibility about the power outage there in Spain and Portugal was caused by a really unusual event, induced atmospheric vibration. That term has never been used before. Someone recently asked if solar flares were the cause of the large earthquakes. Well, no, because it was flatlined for quite a while. Here we got the 27th, the 28th, and then 29th. But today we had an M1.7 and a M1.3. So in my opinion, these are being caused by the weakening of the Earth's magnetic field. And it's also affecting the Earth with the larger hail. Here's an image of some hail that fell in Oklahoma. Reminds me of the Bible talking about hail that would weigh almost 100 pounds. Another image of hail that was found in Oklahoma. You know, and these storms, these hailstorms are becoming more often. I believe this was yesterday in Magman, Fergie. Yeah, if this hit you on the top of the head, you could be seriously injured or maybe even killed. Here we have another post on X, or formerly known as Twitter. 13.5 centimeters in diameter fell on April 24th near Silverton, Texas. And we'll click on the image so you can see that. And then we got another one. Yeah, they're measuring that one. Can you imagine what it would do to crops if crops were recently growing? So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below about these earthquakes and adverse weather. Yeah, I would really like to know your thoughts and if you're experiencing anything like this. Here where I live in South Dakota, the winds have been tremendous. I don't remember ever having winds. I believe yesterday it was close to 40 miles an hour, and I don't know what the gusts were, but the winds have been ongoing. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.